As you know by now, if you've been following my videos, company culture to me is the backbone of an organization. However, your team being remote and working in various parts of the world can make it challenging to create an awesome company culture feeling. Effective teams are built on meaningful connections, inclusivity, and trust. Thankfully, there are tons of ways that you can build your remote team culture and connect with your team. So let's jump into the ways and tips for socializing remotely. Tip 1 is to hold virtual lunches and coffee breaks. Going for a coffee or having lunch together is a normal way for office workers to connect. And there's no reason why home workers can't do the same thing. You could make it a weekly get-together where you and your team stops for an hour and everyone connects virtually and has lunch together. The same goes for having coffee breaks, where you encourage your team to take a quick 15-minute coffee break together. Your team could post it on your networking platforms such as Slack that they're going to take a quick coffee break if anyone wants to join them and have a catch-up. But the rule of thumb should be that they're not allowed to talk about work-related tasks and should rather use this as an opportunity to connect personally and form personal relationships. Tip 2 is that you could hold virtual dance parties. This could be every Monday morning to get the spirits up after the weekend and to get your team excited for Mondays. The day is totally up to you, but I think it's a fun way to start the week. Play some fun 80s and even encourage your team to get dressed up to the theme of that week's dance party. Now, the idea behind this is just a fun catch-up to start or end the week. Your team doesn't necessarily have to dance, but it's a fun way to break the ice and build strong connections with your team. You could even host it on Fridays and encourage your team to buy an end-of-the-week beer that is on you, and provide your team with a weekly beer allowance. How cool would that be on your job description when advertising trying to find a new team member to join the team that you give a weekly beer allowance? Tip 3 is setting up weekly virtual well-being classes. Get a well-known yoga instructor or fitness instructor to host a weekly fitness class. Anyone in your team can join, and you can even hold it at a few different time zones so that everyone in your team has the opportunity to take part. Employee well-being should be at the top of your priority list, and this is a great way to show that you care as a leader. Tip 4 is not virtual, it is setting up a random or planned meetup in the world. It can be a company benefit that once or twice a year for team building activities, your company brings your team together in a cool location somewhere in the world. And you can work together in a co-work space for that week. You can also plan some activities such as morning sunrise hikes, 4x4 trails, and dance classes. You can be super creative, and it's a great way for you and your team to connect and get to know each other. Another way is that if your team are digital nomads, in every week team meeting, your team can mention where they are and where they are going next if anyone wants to meet up. You'll be surprised to know how small the digital nomad world actually is. Digital nomads usually travel to the same places that support working online, such as Bali and Thailand. Tip 5 is to create a non-work related communication space. You can have a chat room on Slack or Trello that is dedicated to catching up and non-work related conversations. You can also host a weekly video catch-up that your team has the opportunity to drop in and make a rule that no one talks about work-related conversations. You can talk about where you're currently traveling in the world or what your travel plans are, any dates that you may be going on. Take the lead here and put yourself out of your comfort zone to break the ice with your team by starting the conversation with a funny story or a recent date or an embarrassing travel story. Be creative and fun if that is your company culture. Those are my 5 awesome tips to build on your company culture, break the ice, and form great relationships with your team. I've created a free course called The Basics of Remote Hiring. My free course is a step-by-step strategy that will teach you how to remove yourself from your business. As you work through the program, it will teach you how to hire, empower, and train staff so that they can do 80% of the work while you sit back and enjoy your life and business. If you're ready to take your business to the next level and free your time while doing it, if you want to build a business that you love, then this course is for you, and it's 100% free, no strings attached. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful. That's all for today, guys. Until next time, I'm wishing you peace, happiness, freedom, and success.